Another question in our Scrum Master interview series, and this question I got yesterday only from one of our certified Scrum Master training participant. And the questioner asked is how to increase self-discipline in a Scrum team. Now I am not sure this question he got in an interview or he might be facing the problem of creating a self-disciplined Scrum team. And I would say it's difficult to give a step-by-step process even if you are in an interview or you want to implement in your own Scrum team. You don't have a foolproof step execution plan to make team self-disciplined, self-organized in some way. If you really get this question in your interview, I think the interviewer might be interested in knowing your experience related to creating self-organizing team, your experience related to creating an environment where people do things on their own rather than somebody ask for it. Now, have you done that? That's the first question you need to ask right now. If you are preparing for your Scrum interview, if you have not done it or if you have not achieved even a 10, 20, 30% success in achieving self-disciplined team, your first thing should be that you apply these ideas or you think something to do it for your current Scrum team. So work on something which may leads to creating a self-organizing, self-disciplined team. Now what possible things you can do? Some ideas, again they are not a process, I am just sharing something which I have seen working. You may identify something more, and when you are giving an interview answer you need to talk about what you have explored in your environment and how things works and what didn't work. If it's a new team, it makes get started with making them aware about how Scrum works and make them create their own rule of engagement by way of ground rules, by way of desired behavior, by way of creating a process for themselves so that they can work in an effective, healthy, happy environment. So it's about them, and they should have a choice to create a process for themselves and rule for themselves which helps them in becoming better, self-organized and self-disciplined. So a possible idea for this particular thing is give them a facilitated environment where they can create their rules of engagement, they can create their ground rules. Second, after teaching how the Scrum works, you also need to step back. If you keep guiding all the time, do this, do that and all those things, the team members may always keep looking at you for the next step. So you also need to work on taking the back seat and letting team do the execution of the work which they are planning. So they need to figure out the rules of engagement and they need to implement those rules of engagement and they need to govern and monitor how things are going on. Many times I see Scrum Masters intervene too much and they keep wondering why my team is not self-organizing, why my team is not self-disciplined. Because you are not letting them to become self-disciplined. You always keep guiding them, keep telling them do this, do that. So that's the second thing you can take in account. So first is that talking about creating ground rules, rule of engagement, how creating their own process. Second is you step back, you let them play and find out how they correct each other and how they move forward. Third thing, now rather than telling them what to do, as a Scrum Master, you do have a role to play in creating an environment where things can get reflected there, where there is a transparency. So if you bring transparency in the work environment, it has a good probability of creating a self-disciplined and self-organizing team. So you become a mirror, you make a mechanism where people can see what is working and what is not working. So bringing some visual indicators like burn down chart, creating some indicators to show effectiveness of various meetings if that is a problem could be a step forward to create a self-organizing and self-disciplined team. So you work on work environment, some charts, something which triggers a behavior which helps everyone in the team. The fourth possible thing which you can do is make sure the effectiveness of retrospectives. We don't get the self-disciplined and self-organizing team in a 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks or even a 2 months, 3 months time. It's a process and there will be maybe no destination. You keep evolving and evolving. You can move towards that destination when people owning what they are doing and you make good use of retrospective which helps people to reflect on how they can get organized themselves so everybody gets benefit out of it. It's not about controlling someone, it's not about creating an environment where everybody is doing things because of fear. It's more about creating an environment where people can work, people can provide value for which they are hired for, and at the same time they can also enjoy their life. So they keep the heart and soul in the work rather than keep thinking about office politics and other stuff. So these are the 4 possible things. You can add your own and try something for few weeks and see how things are turning up, because that will give you a lot of learning which can help you in answering the question in interview.